So I thought about it for, okay, not a very long time to be honest, but we'll say my drive home from work, you know, what video should I do first? How should I reintroduce myself? I don't have an answer. It's been almost a year since I've actually done content outside of a couple small things. But after spending a year getting my life organized and, you know, just making a couple adjustments, I'm back. And hopefully the content you guys are about to see here in the near future is interesting. I have stuff directly from Newegg over here. Not very interesting would be a hard drive. Probably somewhat interesting would be what's in here. And what I think what we're going to do for this very first video is a quick case review. And we have the Cooler Master Q300L. So let's get to tearing her open. Yes, there is a build. Yes, there will be performance benchmarks. And hopefully more to come down the line very soon. But let's get her teared open, shall we? So since I've been out of this for a little bit, I don't really have a lot of tools, unfortunately. So let's grab a pen. They seem to at least get the job started to some degree here. And of course, Cooler Master, like everybody else, will use quite a bit of tape, so you gotta open up the sides as well if you have any hope of getting this guy open here. And I don't have a table in here anymore, so you'll have to excuse me. We're doing this on my wife's computer chair. I mean, I have a table, but we have repurposed it for other things. So just to give you a quick, brief overview, this isn't a very expensive case. I'm actually going to use this for my upcoming computer build too, so keep that in mind. But let's go ahead and flip it over. It is a micro ATX case. And of course, the handle pieces always love to get in the way. And she's open. Now, to nobody's surprise, you know, not soft foam, but I mean, I think it's about 40 bucks on a case. If you really expected soft foam, well, then, you know, your expectations aren't realistic. But it's a lightweight case. It's not very heavy. It should be fine. I mean, I wouldn't maybe ship a whole system in it that's water cooled or anything, but overall should be good. Now, this, I'm going to show you right here why I got this case, especially for this build and probably an upcoming build. And that is because this front piece right here, air can go through. So if you put any kind of water coolant, whatever up front, of course, this mesh, it's somewhat flat now, so it should be fine for the time being. I was looking at the RGB version, not a lot of room unfortunately, so that's kind of why I went with this. You do have tempered glass side panels. Oh yes, I haven't done one of these in a while. And then probably the most satisfying one. Oh yes, so nice. So I'm going to need to get a screwdriver to get those off, but let's take a look here. So we have the same mesh material up top. Not perfect, but I mean for a $40 case it's nice. Everything's kind of ventilated. You have some really cheap mesh on the bottom here, but it works. Again, $40 case, not going to complain. We got rubber feet, power supply in the bottom. Now this, I'm going to take marks off right here, and I'm sorry, Cooler Master. I get it. It's not an expensive case, but could you? I mean, you could have made those break away. I mean, seriously, you really could have. I know it's only a $40 case, but so be it. So, oh, by the way, this does have, I guess, guide materials with it. Nothing important. So I'm gonna get these loose here. I'm not sure how I feel about the I/O on the side. I mean, considering it's going to face me, I'm okay with that. But we'll see how I feel after some time. I'll be honest, having this mesh is kind of annoying. I'm probably just going to remove it when I go to build in it, which is fine. But it is annoying every single time I grab it and it slides. Again, can I really be picking on a $40 case? Yes, I can. That's what I do. Okay, so I'm not sure, plastic, temper, I don't know what you call it. It's probably not tempered glass on a $40 case, but a lot of room in here. So we're going micro ATX, we're going single graphics, already my final build. It's going to have big SSD, probably a big storage drive. Happy to see those are mostly black, so those are good there. You have one pre-included fan back here, so that's definitely good. Really, I mean, not a lot of negative things to say. I'd have to get a little bit more information about mounting a radiator up front. We might, I think if I remember correctly, there's not actually mounting holes. You can just mount anywhere. But what you'll see here is we're going to have to mess with the wires somewhat because the wires might be getting away. We might have to round them down or up above or whatever. But we're definitely, not for the immediate build, but we will for the final build. Because I actually have two of these. My computer, which I'm not going to reveal the specs on, is going to have a 240 in it. So I like the smaller size. And let's take a look at what we've got going on in the back here. So this is actually pretty cool. I guess this is designed to where you can lay it down on the side. I think there's a lot of modularity to this case. I don't think it's a bad thing. Okay, I'm going to put these over here so I can get all these undone here. Well, at least most of the way undone. So I'm glad that coin mining has stopped being a really big thing because it makes it easier getting back into this. I mean, I know you can still mine, but prices aren't ludicrously expensive. So, interestingly enough, comment in the section below, not for this build because this is not getting any kind of high-end graphics card by any stretch, but I'm curious if you guys know what kind of graphics card I'm going to put in it. So, yes, this is going to be my personal build is going to be a little bit more on the higher end. I'll probably end up spending between like $1,200 and $1,500 total, including this case, obviously. I am going used on the graphics card. There's a specific model and manufacturer that I want. And I will say this, it's actually not EVGA. I love EVGA, but there's a really specific card I want to get for this build. So I'm definitely going used or wait till the 20 series comes out before I maybe buy new if the pricing goes down. That's cool. This has a notch up here to pull it off, so that's pretty neat. Okay, Cooler Master, let's see here. Can you redeem yourself? Well, let's take a look here. So, most of this is black. The exception being the HD audio cables, but I've almost never seen those black. Even the USB 3.0 is black. I mean, good to see here. I guess this is hard drive mount for regular hard drives, and I'm confused on, there should be a drive cage here. Maybe it's in here somewhere. I didn't look that close. But it looks like this is removable, which is good. We have a bunch of cable tie downs there. Cool to see them down here. I would have liked one here, no doubt. It doesn't. Ooh, it does. Okay, so you can't really see, but up here there's a spot for the 8-pin. So happy to see that. You know, overall this is kind of the conclusion part here, and I'll wrap it up. But if you didn't want to go to the very end of here, even though you've made it most of the way, very happy with it so far. So just let's go ahead and wrap it up. So when I grade a case, I generally look at a couple things, and that's going to be, you know, how does it look? Now that's very subjective, right? The functionality is it could be functional for the price bracket that it's in. And finally, the value that the case brings. So when we're taking a look at the Q300L by Cooler Master, you got to remember it is a $40 case, okay? It's not going to have, you know, all the features. Some features I think it should have, no doubt. But at its price point, we're going to start off with value. I'm definitely giving it a 9 out of 10. Not a 10 out of 10 because, I mean, that's pretty hard to do. I like the looks of it. However, from a stock standpoint, I'm going to give it an 8. It's going to look better when I'm done with it, but you got to spend money to do that, so we'll give it an 8. And then, you know, just the functionality for what it brings in the price point, I'll give it another 8. You know, it definitely lacks, you know, some features I think even a case at this price point should have, you know, the breakaways and, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, no knock on that. For a $40 case, I mean, we're looking at about 8.3 out of 10. Not bad. I bought 2 of them. One's going to be selling a system. I'm going to use the other one. I like the idea of something real small form factor. The whole build, my personal view, is small form factor, so that'd be pretty cool. But that's kind of going to wrap it up here. This video is probably a little long-winded. I do apologize. It's been a while since I've done a video. But definitely stay tuned. There's more videos coming. But I'm going to close up as I usually do, but hopefully I don't get this mixed up because I've done videos for my company recently. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Steve for PC Budget Solutions, and I'll see you later on down the road.